Sunday's game that, every game is just a growth thing for you. What did you take from Sunday's game?
Yeah, I mean, we just didn't do the things that we needed to win the game. And I think obviously, I thought we were the better football team, but we didn't play that way on Sunday. And when you turn the ball over like that, you're not going to win football games. But it's a short week. We're not really worried about the previous game. We're focused on this one. We got a good opponent this week, so we're excited about the matchup.
Is it hard for you guys with, you're 4-7 now, there were expectations, now there's all the talk about with your head coach and what's going to happen, when it may happen, et cetera. Is that a hard thing to put aside?
I don't think it's hard. I mean, obviously, everyone knows the business we're in, and at the end of the day, if you're not doing your job, there's things will happen. But us players, coaches, I don't think anyone's really worried about it. We're just trying to do everything we can on a daily basis, and the results are the results. We try to do everything we can in our power to control what we can control, and making sure we come in here each and every day and putting our all into this. And I think everyone has throughout the year, and obviously we've had some disappointing games, but nothing changes. We're going to come in here and give it our all every single day, and the results are what they are.
Obviously, every game is important, but the national TV games, the Thanksgiving games, obviously everybody's watching. You grew up watching them, I'm sure. Is that any extra excitement to be able to play on this day?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity for us, and obviously I think not only me, but everybody grew up watching Thanksgiving games, and it'll just be a fun opportunity for our team to go play against a really good Cowboys team, and on national TV on Thanksgiving Day, it's just a blessing just to be, not only in this league, but getting the opportunity to play in games like that is a big blessing, and we're excited for it. We're going to try to do everything we can to prepare ourselves to go down there and win the game.
And with regards to passing, you are throwing the ball a lot, as we know. The receivers, their stats, Terry and Jahan in particular, are lower than they were a year ago, which isn't to say that it's on anybody. It's just to say that it's an odd circumstance that the team is throwing as much as they are, and their numbers don't seem to reflect that. Is it just a matter of, hey, this offense, we are just going to spread the ball out, and wherever the ball needs to go, it needs to go? Or how do you kind of explain those two things that don't seem to kind of mesh together?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the big things about this offense is we spread the ball around, and obviously we'd like some of those numbers to be higher, and we'd like to get guys more involved in games, but it's just kind of one of those things where it's just going into a game, you like to get certain people the ball, but at the end of the day, the defense dictates where the ball goes. And so, it's just something we got to try to continue to do, try to continue to get those guys more and more involved. But they've been really good when we've gotten the ball to them. So it's my job and EB's job to, for us to work together and just try to get everybody more involved.
Sam, in a short week, what is like the easiest thing that you guys can course correct from Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the turnovers, just the mindset, I just think we got to be more focused. And it's, obviously, you never go into the game planning on turning the ball over that many times, but, it's a focus thing, and it's just something you got to think about. And we know if we play against the opponent and not play against ourselves, we have a chance to win every single game. And so that's our thought process going into this week, is trying to, just focus on Dallas and focus on the things that we can do to try to attack them, and and obviously just take care of the football, play smart, complementary football, and give ourselves a chance.
What is the thing or the several things that jump out to you on film when you watch Dallas's defense?
Yeah, I mean, there's they have so many good players on that defense. Obviously Micah Parsons, and they do a really good job getting after the quarterback. So you definitely got to have a really good protection plan against them, and they make it tough. The DC does a good job, mixing up looks, getting in different coverages, but they have really good players, all across the board.
Sam, when you go back and watch the Giants tape, you're complimented a lot for auto-correcting. What did you see from yourself that you want to fix?
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough game. I had some unfortunate plays that didn't go my way, but I think there was some decisions I'd like to have back. But I thought we moved the ball well for most of the game, but I just didn't make enough plays for us to win, and I had the costly turnovers that cost us the game.
And did you feel at any moment, like during the game, that you started pressing? I mean, obviously that last drive, the clock's obviously working against you, but before that, did you feel at any moment that you were kind of pressing yourself?
I don't think so. I was trying to just play the game how I know how to play, and obviously I think when you're down in the fourth quarter, you tend to be a little bit more aggressive, and that's how people coach. You coach to be a little bit more aggressive there when you're down in the fourth quarter, but still there's no excuse to turn the ball over.
How different is preparing? I know that obviously the team's changed, the offense has changed, but how different is preparing for Dallas now than it was for the last game last year when you started?
Well, it's different because it's not near as much time, shorter week, but obviously same defense, a lot of the same players, and we're in a new offense. Just the way we attack defenses is different. So, from a preparation standpoint, you have to change some things up as far as different things you look at, and we'll go into the game with kind of a different plan than what we had last year, just because it's a different offense. But yeah, I don't think there's many differences as far as what they're doing on defense. It's a lot of the same guys, same DC, but the main difference for me is just the stuff that we're doing on offense.
Has there been any point where you've kind of stepped back and been like, how far you've come since the last time you were preparing for these guys, or a short week, not enough time?
Yeah, honestly, not really. I haven't really thought much about that, and I just try to do everything I can to take it one day at a time, 1 week at a time, and just try to get better each and every day, each and every week. But I haven't really reflected much on my growth. But it's just one of those things where I'm in the moment now. We're in the season, so I'm just going to try to keep, putting one foot in front of the other and keep trying to get better.
After a game like that doesn't go the way you want, what is kind of your process for kind of examining it to find out what went wrong and then moving on?
Yeah, obviously, I'll watch the game afterwards on Sunday, but it's one of those frustrating things to where, it's not like, we got outplayed. We just didn't take care of the football. We were moving the ball up and down the field, but, I had the 3 interceptions. We had, I think, 3 fumbles, and it was just, we literally beat ourselves. And so you can be at peace knowing that that's the reason you lost the game. They didn't come in here and beat us. We beat ourselves. But at the same time, you got to try to fix those issues and make sure you're taking care of the football. But, it's not like we had to turn the ball over 6 times to learn that you can't turn the ball over. We never plan on going into a game and losing the ball 6 times. It was just one of those things where it happened, and we just got to be better because of it.
And you mentioned the focus not quite being there with the turnovers. Why do you think that was missing, and how do you as a team kind of go about correcting that?
Yeah, it's hard. Obviously, like I said, you never go into the game thinking you're going to fumble or thinking you're going to throw an interception. But we just got to value the football more. I think some of those fumbles were on kind of second effort plays, and you just got to do a good job keeping 2 hands on it. And for me, I got to do a better job as far as making better decisions with the football. I thought for the most part I made the first interception. I didn't think it was a bad decision. I just think it could have been a little better throw. I could have given Diami a better chance. And then the second pick, I think if I didn't get hit, it would have been a completion. But at the same time, I have to know I'm about to get hit and make a smarter decision. And the last one, I just got to get the ball out of bounds. So there's all stuff you can learn from, but we'll be better because of it.
Take 2 more.
You were really upset after the Pats game with the pick in the end zone. Did it feel different this game because it maybe wasn't as important of a situation, or did you still reach out to your pop to talk through it? How did that go? Yeah,
obviously all turnovers I'm disappointed about, all interceptions. I just think the Pats one was really bad. Obviously all interceptions are bad, but yeah, I was obviously still very disappointed, especially we lost the game, and against an opponent where we felt like we should have been able to win the football game. So it was definitely disappointing for sure.
And you said that you're kind of in the moment, that you don't have time to reflect on the growth. Ron talks about the growth and development of the team a lot. I'm curious, does he speak with you about that and how you feel like it's going?
Yeah, I think not only Ron, but, all my coaches, they pull me aside every now and then and tell me they think I'm doing some good things and tell me things that they think I've improved upon. But for me, I just try to take it 1 week at a time and just keep trying to find ways to get better. I think when you spend too much time looking at how I've gotten better, it takes time away from how you could be getting even more better, So I kind of spend my time and attention towards more ways to, finding more ways to get better and finding more ways to help this football team.
And just in the locker room after the game on Sunday, Ron stopped at your locker and talked to you for a second. What was that conversation like?
Yeah, he just, told me, just keep my head up. We got a lot of football left. But, he's always, he's always had my back, always supported me. So it's fun to play with a coach who's always had my back and always knows how to pick me up and get me back going. Appreciate it, guys.